everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live this week. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome everybody. I am running a few minutes late today. It has been one of those days. Sometimes we have those, don't we? And things just don't go according to plan. Or sometimes we don't have a plan. I had a bit of a late start this morning. So while I'm waiting for everyone to jump on, I'll just call this up on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments. So as you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you're here. And if you are watching the replay later on, thank you for watching. It's great to have you here. And perhaps you're watching on YouTube later on as well after I upload this. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube as well. All right, there we go. Okay, great. So I'll just clear my screen that way. That's it. So anyone that jumps on, I'll be able to see your comments down here on my screen. Hi, Tina. Great to see you. Hi, Amanda. Great to see you as well. Good to have some company. Okay, getting notifications coming through. Awesome. How is everyone today? It is a lovely day outside. Well, actually, it was a lovely day. It's come over a little bit cloudy right now. Maybe it's just passing, I'm not sure. I think it was supposed to be fairly warm today. You've been in hospital this morning, Tina. What happened? Are you okay? I hope you're okay. Hey, Rachel. Great to have you here. Hey, Judy. Great to have you here. Lovely to have some new friends joining us today. Fantastic. From the land down under. What part of the land down under are you? I'm in Sydney, in the western suburbs of Sydney. So perhaps not too far. So we've got, I have got some ideas of what I want to create today, but I don't have any samples actually prepared. Well, I have a sample, but I'm going to do a alternative to that sample today. And I was having a little play before we went live today, and but I don't have a finished product to show you. So I thought we'd have a little play today with some new product. So some more new product. I've got so much new product. Every week I'm showing you more and more new things because I just can't show them all at once. So I've been having lots of fun playing with lots of new things. Oh, Tina says she was taken by ambulance home, recovering today and have until Wednesday off. Oh, Tina, I hope you're okay. I'll send you a little message afterwards and just check up on you. Oh, that's no good to hear at all. Sorry to hear that. I hope that you'll be recovering well. I'll keep you in my prayers. And Judy is from the Sunshine Coast. Oh, that's lovely, Judy. Beautiful part of the world up there. We love it up there on the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast is a bit further up, isn't it? But we've been there a few times, actually. It's beautiful up there. Really, really beautiful place to be. So, yes. Okay, so I thought I would ask you all this morning to share with me one good thing or positive thing that has happened for you in the last week since I was on live last time. So share with me something good that has happened in your life in the last week. Love to see all of your comments and find out what's been happening. So I've been having a few medical tests and scans and all sorts of things. So I got good news that I don't have arthritis in my neck or my ankle. So that's good news. We won't talk about the back and the hips. But no, that was good news. So that was positive. And Tina said she's feeling much better than last night, but she needs to have some more tests. Okay. Oh, not good. Not good to hear that you're not feeling well, Tina, but good that you are feeling better. So that's a positive. So it's good to focus on the positives. Yeah. So who else have we got? We've got Rachel, Amanda, Judy, and oh, no news is good news, Judy says. Well, yes, sometimes it is. No news is good news. Oh, I have some other good news too. So we harvested our first crop of peaches. Well, actually, it wasn't our first crop of peaches. We've had a few here and there over the last couple of weeks, but this was our first big harvest from our peach tree. It was laden with fruit. I counted over, I lost track, I forget how many, it was over 30 peaches we had, plus we already had a few in the fruit bowl. So yeah, so our peach tree, and there's more on there as well. It's laden with more that aren't quite ready yet. So we'll be harvesting peaches and sharing them with the neighbours over the next probably couple of weeks, I would say. And they are delicious. So yeah, so that's some good news. Hi Kathleen, how you going? Great to have you here, Kathleen. I've just asked everybody to share one piece of good news or something good or positive that's happened in your life over the past week. Anything that is good. Perhaps you went out for dinner and had a nice dinner out or something. It doesn't have to be anything monumental, just something positive in your past week. Oh, Tina went away over the long weekend. Beautiful. And found an acreage block to buy. Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. I can't wait to hear about it. That is so exciting. Fantastic. So we've got, we'll just chat for a few minutes while people are jumping on. I actually forgot to post today. Usually I post around lunchtime, around 12 or 1, to let everybody know that I'm going live. And I completely forgot today. And it was only just when my alarm went off at 4:45 to remind me to that's my get ready alarm at 4:45. And I thought, oh my goodness, I didn't post anywhere that I was going live. So I quickly did a little post just to say I'm going live. So I'm not sure how many will have joined us today because I didn't get the post up early enough. And sometimes people need a bit of time to plan. Hey Ruth, great to have you here. And Tina says, very exciting for us. Yes, definitely, Tina. That is huge news. That's really exciting. And Ruth's got some good news. Oh, their little one started to sit up. Yay! Good girl. Oh, that's so exciting, Ruth. Those little milestones, they're monumental milestones, really, aren't they? They're so exciting when they start all those little milestones and you see them change, and then very soon she'll be all over the place. You won't be able to keep her out of anything. She'll be keeping you on your toes, Ruth. And Rachel said the Queensland borders are now open and we can attend a wedding on Hamilton Island. Oh, beautiful. That you've been waiting on for 12 months. Oh, that will be so beautiful, Rachel. I've always wanted to go to Hamilton Island. In fact, we had originally spoken about going to Hamilton Island for our honeymoon when we first got married, but just before we got married we bought our first house, so we were absolutely broke. So we couldn't afford to, we ended up going to Queensland for our honeymoon. We couldn't afford to go to Hamilton. But how beautiful, getting married on Hamilton Island. That'll be such a lovely wedding to attend. That's exciting news. And yeah, and well, the other thing is too, let me just adjust that camera again. So now that the Queensland borders are opened, I feel, even though I probably won't get there straight away, but I feel a little bit less disconnected from my sister who is up there, because when she was up there and I've been down here and we haven't been able to see each other for 12 months, it's been really difficult. And yeah, but now that I know the borders are open, I feel like I could go anytime now if I wanted to, or she can come here. And she's talking about maybe coming down anyway. So yeah, so even if we can't get there straight away, we know that we can, which is, yeah, it's a bit of a mindset thing, isn't it? So it is really great news that the borders are open. That's really great news. Yeah. Yeah, not cheap to go to Hamilton. Exactly, Rachel. Hence why we didn't go there for our honeymoon. I would imagine it's probably even more so now, more expensive now too. You never know, one day we still might get there. I hope so anyway, one day. Yeah. So today I'll let you know what we're going to play with while we're chatting, and keep sharing your good news stories as well. I love to hear what's been happening in your lives and how everybody's going. So yeah, keep sharing. That's awesome. So today we are going to be playing with the Corner Boutique stamp set. So this is one of the free items that you can redeem, or you can earn or choose from the Sale-A-Bration brochure with qualifying orders, and qualifying orders are minimum order of $90, and you can get this one for free. So you can order from any of the catalogues that we have, any of the current catalogues that we have, and then you get to choose a free item from the Sale-A-Bration brochure. And this is one of them here. Now, some people have had a bit of a challenge with this one, I believe. So I thought, well, why not have a little play with it today? So I do have a sample. So I did a small swap with a few of my team members. And I talked about that last week. And I think I even showed this last week. So this card was made by one of our team members, and it gave me a little bit of inspiration to focus on this stamp set. So this isn't the project that we'll be making today. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of a technique, and we're using some different designer series paper and different colors and things. But this one here was made by one of my beautiful team members, Fiona Fernandez. So thank you, Fee, for your beautiful swap. And on here, you might see, as I'm moving this in the light, you see that shimmer. She's actually used our new beautiful gilded leafing on that bouquet. Isn't that beautiful? So gorgeous. Now I've been playing, so not only are we playing with that stamp set today, and I'm going to give you some more ideas of that one, but also to where I'm going to be focusing on the gilded leafing for my next technique club and showing a few techniques with that. So I've been designing all weekend and playing with that. So much fun. Oh my goodness. I could have just kept playing with it forever. It's such a beautiful product, that beautiful gold gilded leafing. If you haven't seen it before, it is amazing. So I'm going to be doing that in our next technique club, which is coming up on the 27th of February. I'm going to be posting about that on Wednesday, I think it is. Is that on my... Yes, I'll be advertising that on Wednesday. So if you would like to join my technique club, each month we do a different technique. And I teach that. We do 2 full projects plus a sample project, which we then keep in a technique notebook, which I've spoken about before. So a lot of you who watch me regularly will have heard me speak of that. If you're not sure, feel free to get in contact with me and ask me more questions. But yeah, we keep a technique notebook with a sample of that technique, and then instructions of the products that you need to do that technique, and then instructions of how to do that technique. So then you've got that resource of all those different techniques. And this one that we're going to be doing with the gilded leafing is, I think, our 15th technique. So we've been going for quite some time now. So super, super fun. So we're going to be playing with that. But yeah, it was great that Fee actually used it on this project, because I thought, oh, awesome, that's fantastic, because I'm going to be playing with that for Technique Club, which I'd already planned. Then when I saw it on her project, I thought, oh, awesome, that'll be another project that I can just show my Technique Club to give them another idea as well. Although that's not the stamp set we'll be using for Technique Club. But yeah, it has got the gilded leafing on there, which is beautiful. So beautiful to play with. A little bit messy though. You've got to make sure you cover your work surface because it's very light and airy, and it does sort of tend to fly everywhere. And here's a tip: you don't want to sneeze or cough when you're using it because it just goes foo. So yeah, always good idea to keep the lid on when you're not using it. So as soon as I finished using it, I'll straight away put the lid back on to make sure it didn't end up in an explosion of glitter all over my craft room. But yeah, lots of fun. So watch out for that one. Oh, hey Jenny, great to see you. You've been away caravanning. Oh, nice. I love seeing your photos when you go away caravanning. It looks so peaceful. All the spots that you pitch your caravan. Well, I was going to say pitch a tent, but you're not really pitching a tent. Well, you're pitching an annex, aren't you? But wherever you, yeah, stop with the caravan, always looks beautiful. You've had time to relax and watch and get back into card making. Oh, great. Fantastic. Love to hear that one. Ice cream class is full and closed. Yes, it is, Tina. Yes, it is. It is full. All the kits are taken up. I had limited kits and they've all been taken. So yes, that one closed on the 30th. So just a couple of days ago. 30th? Yeah, 30th. Oh, you're back to, have to get back to your card making again, Jenny. Sorry, getting my tongue tied. Yes, yeah, that'll be great, Jenny, to get back into your card making. Do you ever take your card making with you when you go away? That's a question. I just wasn't sure if you normally took a little supply or something away with you when you went. So let me know. That would be, yeah, I'd be interested to know if you do take it away. A lot of people do take their craft away with them when they're traveling, but not everybody's able to do that. So I guess it depends on how much time you have, or you know, where you're going, what you're doing, what your plans are, and that sort of thing. So yeah. Oh, that's okay, Tina. No worry. No, I that's fine. I understand you haven't been well, so that's okay. That's all right. Just watch out for the next class. So I'll be putting that up soon. Yeah, so Technique Club will be the next one. In fact, I'm looking at, I mentioned it last week, and I'm planning to start up some quick, easy classes that are either for people that just want to do quick, easy projects, perhaps for beginner stampers, for those that are very time poor, as a lot of us are, that just want quick and easy projects. So I'm looking to put together a new series of classes on that as well. So that's still in the planning phase at the moment. I'm hoping to get that up and running for February, but there's a lot of other things going on in the background at the moment too. So see how we go for that. Jenny says, no time, Mandy. We just love being away. Yeah, fair enough. Getting away, just relaxing, spending time together. That's really important, Jenny. So, all good. Yeah. Yeah, so look out for that. Now, quickly, before we get on to, I want to start crafting, because I wanted to see if we could get a couple of cards done today. But before we get on to playing with the Corner Bouquet, let me just remind you of the Sale-A-Bration brochure. That's the one I mentioned before, and that's the one that the Corner Bouquet comes from. So it's this one is free with a $90 purchase. So this Sale-A-Bration brochure is full of all the beautiful free products that you can earn with orders over $90. And then there's level 2 products in there as well for orders over $180. So lots and lots of things in there. We also have got our beautiful mini catalogue, as most of you will probably already know. But if you don't know about these catalogues and these brochures and these specials, let me know, because I'd love to give you more information, and I would love to send out a set of catalogues to you if you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with. And then of course we've got our beautiful big annual catalogue. Now this is my one, so this is my working copy. You can see I've got all of mine tabulated so I can find things easily, because it's so big, it's hard to find things sometimes. I tabulate everything so I can find it really quickly, and I get mine bound, and I get a plastic cover put on just at our local stationery store, so they don't come with that nice binding on them. I get that done myself. Well, I don't do it myself, but I take it to Officeworks and get them to do it for me. So yeah, so let me know if you'd like a copy of those catalogues, and I'd love to get them out to you. Oh, from tomorrow too, we have got a fantastic special coming out. Do you remember in the mini catalogue, we've got the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. If you haven't seen it, it's a really fun stamp set. Let me see, it's on page 52. I didn't have it marked, I should have had. There we go. So it's that one there, the Hey Birthday Chick. So you might remember, I did mention it last week, but in case you missed my live last week, a couple of years ago, well, actually it was 2017, so it was 4 years ago. That was a while ago. There was a Sale-A-Bration stamp set that came out called Hey Chick, and it was hugely popular. So what they've done now is they've created this new one called Hey Birthday Chick. So it's the same chickens, but just in obviously different poses and different imagery. And it's a birthday themed one. So they brought that one out, Stampin' Up! Brought that one out. But from tomorrow, there's actually going to be a die set that you can purchase that coordinates with this one, as well as they're bringing out the original Hey Chick stamp set with a coordinating die set. Now originally we didn't have a die set that went with it, so if we either had to just stamp it straight or stamp it onto a label or fussy cut it, but now they're going to have dies with them. And there's even a barn, there's corn, there's chicken wire, there is little sign postage, there's all sorts of things, but I've actually got a flyer on it here. Look at this. If I hold that up close, hopefully the camera will be able to focus and you can see the stamp sets with the coordinating dies there. So they'll be available from tomorrow, from the 2nd of February for everybody. So look out for that one. So perhaps if you want to have a look at those, you could jump online. You can go to my online store, or if you're a demonstrator, go to your own online store and have a look for those, because they're super fun and they're going to be really popular. So the I'm just trying to remember, I had all the other information written down somewhere. Let me just see. I'm not sure how long they're available for. I think they're available, oh right up until the 30th of June. So they're available for a while, which is awesome. Hopefully they won't go on back order, because if they are hugely popular, I'm not sure how much they've got in the way of supplies. So if you really liked it and you had it on your list, maybe get it early rather than waiting, just in case it happens to go on back order. Because the thing is, at the moment, with everything that's happening with COVID throughout the world, a lot of shipping's been delayed. There's been port hold-ups with you know, the products coming into the ports and then getting through customs and all of that. There's been a lot of hold up around the world, and specifically here in the South Pacific. So yeah, that's always my recommendation. If there's anything that you really want, don't wait, just jump in and grab it as soon as you can. So yeah, so look out for that one. That'll be exciting, and I'll be posting about that on my Facebook page over the next few days. Well, obviously tomorrow when it's released, and then after that as well. So watch out for that. Yeah, I think that was all that I was going to tell you about. So let's get crafting. We've been talking, oh, I've been talking already for that long. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit of a chatterbox, aren't I? Yes, Amanda says she loves these sets. She bought them on the demonstrator pre-order. But yeah, as of tomorrow, everybody can purchase them. So that's one good thing about being a demonstrator. Amanda's on my team, and as being a demonstrator, we get products early. We get to pre-order these products early, which is awesome. So any new products that are coming out, any new catalogs that are coming out, we get to see them early, we get to order from them early. So it's one of the perks of being a demonstrator, and that is open to anybody to join Stampin' Up. And actually, in saying that, it's my little segue. Thank you, Amanda, for prompting that. Not that you did that on purpose, but it just reminded me to remind everybody else that if you join during Sale-A-Bration, I'll just show you. There is a page in the Sale-A-Bration brochure that talks about joining. So when you join during Sale-A-Bration, not only do you only pay $169, order anything that you want to the value of $235 from any of those catalogs that I mentioned before, you'll also, so you're getting already $66 worth of free product. You get free postage on your starter kit, but you also get all of these papers, these designer series papers, for free on top of that. They are worth $100. There's 200 sheets of paper, because there are, I've actually got one of the packs. Oh, I don't have it here with me. Yeah, I have one of the packs of paper. These are actually papers that are going to be coming out in the annual catalogue, the new annual catalogue, which will release in May. But when you join during Sale-A-Bration, which is January, February, so it finishes on the 28th of February, you get all of these, sort of like a little pre-order, especially for joining. So you get brand new product for free, which is awesome, because yeah, we can't get those, and nobody else can get those. We were able to get them as a pre-order, but nobody else can get those until the new catalogue comes out. So that is super exciting. So only $169. So if you know that you like, if you're planning to put in a big order, or you know that you're going to be buying a lot of product, you know, from Stampin' Up, and it's going to be close to that amount, if you're going to be spending that amount anyway, why not just join? You'll get all of that, as I said, $169, but you get $235 worth of product, free shipping on your starter kit, an additional $100 worth of designer series paper, plus then you get a 20% discount on all of your products. So it's a fantastic thing to do, and joining Stampin' Up is actually the best deal in the whole catalogue. It really is. So yeah, if you want more information about that, please feel free to ask me about that. I would love to have you join my Papercraft Gems team. We have a beautiful team of wonderfully creative people who inspire each other. We have great friendships. We have a lot of fun together. I run challenges each month for those that would like to enter and put their projects into the challenge. It's a creative challenge, and I give prizes, and I award my team for sales, all sorts of things. I'm always giving lots to my team. I love to spoil them. So let me know if you'd like more information about that. Oh, Tracy's here. Hey Tracy, and Rose is here too. Hi Rose, great to have you here, ladies. All right, let's get to crafting. So I'm going to cover up the camera and tip it down to the desktop, and we can get started. All right, give me a moment and I'll get this all ready for you. Let me flip those cameras before I forget. Okay, here we go. Undo all of my clamps. Sorry, it's probably a little bit clunky and noisy while I just do that. Okay, and I'll just put that down a little bit lower so that you can see my desktop. Right. And let's see. Oh, we need some light, don't we? Let's do that too. Adjust those lights and see how everything is looking. So today, oh, we are a bit wonky, aren't we? Let's get that straightened up. Okay. So today I don't have my little host code printed up because I completely forgot to do it before I went live today. So I'll just move that aside so that I can see. I like to see my board panels here, my timber top board panels, so that I can line everything up for you all. There's nothing worse than watching something where it's all wonky and crooked. All right, there we go. So there's my host code. There is my shopping link. Yes, so apologies for the handwritten host code. Actually, today I wrote it in green Sharpie, but it was like a fluorescent green, and I thought, oh my goodness, that is not going to show up on the camera. So then I had to go over it with black. All right, so if you're looking for my online store and you're not sure where to find it, there's two ways. You can go to my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and click on the shop link there at the top of the page. You'll also find lots of other things there on my blog. There's some creative inspiration there. There's some tutorials for purchase if you would like to have a look at those. All sorts of things. There's information there too about my technique club. If you would like more information about my technique club and how that runs, there's information there about that too. Or you can just go straight to my demonstrator website, which is mandywitherby.stampinup.net, which might be easier to remember than my big long blog name. So yeah, so they're the two ways that you can find me. And if you are shopping with me, be sure to use my host code, because any orders over $50, I do send a thank you gift if you've used that host code. And I would love to be able to send you a thank you gift for shopping with me. Okay, I am just writing myself a note because if I don't write it down now, something just popped into my mind. And if I don't write it down, I will forget. That's just how my mind is these days. Alrighty. Okay, so let's just move that up a little bit. So here is the Corner Bouquet stamp set that we're going to be playing with. I'm actually going to just move that over to the side. So this is really beautiful. We've got this beautiful corner bouquet. We've got this other smaller one as well. This is actually quite a really large stamp. So this is shown at 100%. So if I bring in the stamp, you'll see I've got this on the E block, which is the really big block. And if I put that on my hand, you can actually see how big that is. It's quite a large stamp. And then there's a smaller bouquet if you want a smaller one. There's like a little leafy image here, and then an individual little flower there that you can use. Now, being that this is a Sale-A-Bration item, there's no dies that coordinate with this. So if you wanted to cut it, you would need to fussy cut. So yeah, so this is really great. And this is for free, as I mentioned before, with a $90 purchase from the Sale-A-Bration brochure. Now, I have got a few things out today. I pulled out, and as I said to you, I was looking at Fiona's card, which inspired me, and then I went searching for some other projects as well. So I pulled out some of my designer series paper. So I've got I've got them all in the bags, and you'll see all my chopped up bits in there too. So I've got Flowers for Every Season, which I think is the one we're going to start with. Then I've got just the subtle 6x6 designer series paper. And then I've got the free Sale-A-Bration Oso Ombre designer series paper, which we can stamp directly onto. So I thought we're going to start with the Flowers for Every Season. And then I'm going to go on to perhaps stamping with the ombre and stamping directly onto the plain side, not the side that's got the spots. Yeah, and we'll have a little play with that. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is what I started with. All right, so I decided that I wanted to have a base. I thought too, while I was doing that, we'll do a little bit of a technique. So I'm going to do some direct marker to stamp technique. Now this is the technique that I used in my last technique club. And so I thought we might do that with this stamp set too. It's a really great technique to use with this stamp because there's so much detail on this stamp. So I've pulled out some of the in color colors, but I just didn't pull out the cinnamon cider because there wasn't any cinnamon cider sort of in this designer series paper, so I was coordinating with this. So I've got Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and Just Jade in my markers. So that's what I thought we would have a little play with. Now I'm just going to zoom that camera back up a little bit, so just bear with me because I feel like now it's a little bit close. There we go. Is that a bit better? You might be able to see a bit more if I zoom it out, otherwise it's going to be too up a little bit too close. That's better. Now you can see a little bit better. All right, so what I did is I then brought in my cardstock that matched with those markers. So I've got my Misty Moonlight card base, and this measures 21 centimeters by 14.85, scored and folded in half at 10.5 centimeters. So then I had a Magenta Madness matte layer, and this one is 9.9 centimeters by 14.2 centimeters. And then I'm going to put the designer series paper onto that. So the designer series paper is the Flowers for Every Season designer series paper, and that's the 9.5 by 13.8 centimeters. And then we need a piece of Whisper White, so, or currently basic white, because the Whisper White is gone now, and now we have basic white. Now I'm still using the Whisper White at the moment because I still have quite a bit of that, so I'm using that up. But when you place your orders now, it'll probably automatically come up as basic white. So yeah, I just don't have any of the basic white just yet. Oh, hi Laura, great to see you. Oh, hi Chitska, you're there too. I missed you jumping on, sorry about that. Hi, great to see you ladies. All right, so this Whisper White piece we are going to cut at 8 centimeters wide by, and I always keep my strips because I use them for sentiments, so don't throw those away, by 12.4. 12.4, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, and then that will nestle beautifully. So if we have, I'll show you what it's going to look like. That, then that, then that. So we've got a nice small 2mm border just around the DSP, and then a 3mm border between the two colors. And then the Whisper White is going to go in the center like that, so that we can still see the color, the designer series paper, I should say. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'll just put those ones aside. We are going to color with our stamp and our markers, and I'm going to show you how to do this direct marker to stamp technique. Now I need to put my glasses on for this because I'm going to do some fine coloring. I'll need to be able to see what I'm going to be doing. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes, this is the Flowers for Every Season designer series paper, and you can see I've used mine quite a bit because I've got lots of chopped up bits and pieces in here, but it's really beautiful paper, and there's lots of different designs and colors, and I've used this one a fair bit actually on different projects. I know I've shown this before, but there's lots and lots, as you can see, there's lots and lots of different colors, and yeah, it's really beautiful. And I love anything floral, and I just love the colors in this one. All right, so let's start with coloring of the flowers. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of, as you'll see on, it's hard to see on the red rubber, but you'll see there's quite a bit of detail in this one. So what I did on my practice one is I did do all of the greenery first, and then I went in with the flowers, but I did find that it was harder to pick up some of the little detailed flowers. So it's good to have the case beside you so you can see actually on the printed image there where the little flowers are in the middle. Of course, it's easy to see the big ones on the outside. There's a few little ones hiding in the middle. Doesn't matter too much if you miss them and they just end up becoming part of the greenery. But yeah, so let's start coloring, and I'm just going to choose you know, the in colors, and just choose which flowers I'm going to do in which color. So I'm going to use the brush tip of the marker, and for anyone that's not sure about our Stamp and Write markers, if you haven't used these before, they are a water-based marker, so they work really well for watercoloring and all different sorts of techniques. We've used them a lot in Technique Club actually, and we just, as I said, we did this technique last month. They do have a fine bullet tip, which is great for fine detailed work or for writing as well. If you like to coordinate your greeting on the inside of your card with the sentiments that you've stamped or the colors of your cardstock, then it's great to be able to write with the Stamp and Write marker. And then the other end is a brush tip, and that's the one we're going to be using today. So the caps do nest on top of each other, so you won't lose them, which is good. All right, so I'm just going to color. I'm sort of holding the marker or the brush tip at about a 45-degree angle, just so that I don't damage the tip of that marker on the detail of the stamp. Okay, so you just have to bear with me while I do this colouring. And I will show you how to do this. Now, this might be a technique that you already know. This might be one that you knew of and haven't used for a long time. It's actually, before I did my technique club last month, it is one that I've been using for years, but I actually hadn't used it for quite a long time. And I thought, you know what, that'll be a great technique to take to technique club and, you know, teach everybody that technique, because maybe not everybody knows, or maybe some people just need, you know, a refresher. So yeah, so that's what we did, and we made some beautiful projects. All right, so we've got little dots of pink here and there in amongst that greenery as well on some of those little flowers. Now let's go to the bumblebee. Just a tip too, when you are using your markers, just be careful if you're using multiple colors, be careful about cross-contaminating them with the previous color that you used. If you do get a little bit of a different color on the tip, I always like to have, and I'm just grabbing it here, I always like to have a scrap piece of paper beside me, so that if I do get an additional color on my tip, I can just quickly scribble it off on this scrap paper, and then that way it keeps my marker, you know, in good quality, and I don't get those colors all sort of muddied up together. You want these markers to remain, you know, their true color. Let's see, where else do we want yellow? Let's put some yellow here. Well, it actually, I'm saying yellow. Bumblebee's kind of an orangey yellow. It's really lovely. I like this color. It's a good combination between, it's sort of between Crushed Curry and Daffodil Delight. Like, it's not super, super bright, but it's still, you've still got that nice pop of yellow, which is great. It's a really good color. And it's sort of got those warm orangey undertones as well. Put a bit there. And let's see, oh, there's another one over here. I might leave that one for blue. Oh no, I'll do that one yellow as well. Do that one yellow, yellowy orange. And there's one down here. Okay. All right, so let's move on now to the Misty Moonlight. Amanda says she's not done this technique for ages, needs to buy some new colours in the markers. Yeah, so they're great. The markers are available in the colour collections. So if you have a look in our colour collections in the annual catalogue, you'll see, if you go over the page from where all the colours of the inks are, you'll see that the markers can be bought in the colour collections, and then the in colours are in their separate collections as well. But if you want all of them, you can actually purchase all of the markers. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they come as a bundled price, because you're purchasing them as a bundle. I have to double check on that one. It's been a while since I purchased mine, but yeah, I got mine all as a bundle originally, and then as the in colours come in each year, I purchased the in colours as well. All right, so let me see. Now I'll have a look at my image here and see if I have missed any. So working in reverse, obviously. I've got that one. There's a few in here. Yep, got those ones, I think. Oh, that's down here and up here. Oh, no, that's a leaf. Let's see. Quite fine in detail. So the next one we're going to do is a little bit different. I've got 3 yellow ones up here and that blue one. Yep, okay, good. All right, now we can go on to our greenery. I think I got all the flowers there. Oh, there's my cap. All right, so for the greenery, I'm using Just Jade, because that is the colour that's in the designer series paper that we're using. So we'll just go over this carefully. Actually, let me start from the bottom because that will be a lot quicker. So when I'm cleaning my stamp off once I've done this colouring technique, I just use my chamois, my Stampin' Chamois. This one is quite a detailed stamp as well, so you need to give it like a really good scrub. So usually I take my my chamois out of the container and just give it like a good scrub to get it all nice and clean, to get all that ink out of all the nooks and crannies. And because you're using a marker as well, you tend to get ink in between the image on the stamp as well, so more on the debossed parts of the stamp. So just have to be careful here in between these coloured flowers. So yes, you could make a lovely card just with the DSP. Yep, just the DSP and maybe a sentiment. We've actually done that before as well with this same designer series paper. Yeah, and used it for some thank you cards. So yeah, you definitely could, because this paper is so beautiful that you don't really need to do much to it. But I just wanted to highlight this stamp as well. So I thought it was great to combine it with this designer series paper. And in fact, I did actually see some samples that another demonstrator in America had, Patty Bennett. She'd done a swap with her, I think it was with her team. And yeah, some of her team had done some beautiful cards using this stamp set and that design, the same designer, Flowers for Every Season designer series paper. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. Yeah, and so that kind of spurred me on to give me the ideas for today's project. Well, for the first one anyway. Well, that combined with the Fee's card that she sent me as well for our swap, our team swap that we did. All right, so I'm just going to turn this around so that I can lay down some colour here in a hurry. So there we go. We're nearly done, and then we will do our huff technique. Now, this technique is not the best technique to be using during COVID if you are sharing stamps. It's fine if you're using your own stamps at home, but we are going to actually be breathing onto this stamp before we stamp it, just to re-moisten that ink, because it is drying on there as I'm colouring. We need to re-moisten that before we stamp, and it gives you a bit of a watercolour effect as well. But yeah, during COVID, not a great technique to really be using if you're sharing stamps. So just be mindful of that if you are using this technique. Don't do this technique when you're sharing with your friends. All right, so I think we've got everything coloured there now. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, this is also a good one that you could do with the Stamparatus, and I was going to pull my Stamparatus out, and I didn't. Oops, I missed a bit there. And I didn't pull it out. I'm just wondering now if I should grab it. I might grab it, and we'll put this. Oh, no, I can't now because I've coloured that. That's okay. That's right. Yeah, because using the Stamparatus, if you do go to stamp it and then you realise that you have missed some colouring some bits, then you can actually go back and colour it again with your stamp on your Stamparatus, and then stamp it again, and you'll know that it's going to stamp in exactly the same spot. Whereas when it's on a block like this, you can't sort of re-stamp it, so you've got to make sure that you get everything coloured first. All right, so we're going to huff on this, which is just to breathe our breath, breathe our warm breath onto this stamp, which will moisten that ink, and then we'll be able to stamp that down onto our piece. Now, I'm going to just put that onto my scrap paper. Let me move this one over, because we're going to stamp off the edge a little bit. All right, so let me just breathe on this. And you'll see my block gets a little bit misty from my breath. Just make sure that's all nice and moist. And I'm just going to stamp it off the edge a little bit. All right, stamping it down in the corner, giving some firm pressure, but just holding it there for a moment as well to let that ink transfer and just absorb into the cardstock. All right, and there we go. And you'll see that you have a bit of a watercolor effect as well, because when you breathe that warm air onto it, it moistens that ink so much that it becomes quite soft. But yeah, that looks really awesome. And just stamped it off on the corner there, so it's coming in from the corner. And then let's move that to the side. And then that's going to get layered onto here with a sentiment. So the sentiment I haven't worked out yet, but I have some sentiment stamps and I have some dies and I have some punches. So we're going to pop that there. And in fact, because that is off the corner, it's in the same colours, I think we actually need another colour behind that. What do you think? I think we need that to pop a little bit more. So perhaps we could, let's see. Whoops. So I pulled out some cardstock of all of the colours that are in that designer series paper, and I've cut down some of them already, but some of them are still in the full sheets. So I've also got in here the Poppy Parade and the Just Jade as well as those three there. So let's remove those. There we go. So there's the colours that are in the paper. And so let's see, maybe just a small tiny border of the Bumblebee would be nice to bring that up. Or we could use the Magenta Madness again. What does everybody think? Maybe you can all help me decide. I love it when you all help me with my projects. So if I had a small border of that, how would that look? That colour, can you all see that? Let me move that over. Misty Moonlight, Amber said, to go with the base. Yeah, maybe. We could try each of them. Let's try each of them and see. So this one I'm thinking maybe not the Magenta Madness, because we've got that on, yeah, because we've got that on that layer as well. I think that's a bit too much, so not that one. Misty Moonlight. Ah, you liked the Bumblebee, Laura? Okay. So let's try the Misty Moonlight. We're only going to do a fine border on this one. Let's see. Misty Moonlight. Yeah, Misty Moonlight looks good. Oops, let's move that up a little bit. Misty Moonlight. Oopsie. They're all sliding around everywhere, making it difficult for me to hold them. Misty Moonlight looks nice. Yep. Probably not the Poppy Parade, because I haven't got the Poppy Parade in the stamping. So I think the Poppy Parade won't really go. But let's do it anyway, just to have a look. Yeah, no, I don't like that at all. It doesn't go because we don't really have the Poppy Parade in the colours that we've used. And the only other option is the Just Jade. But I don't think the Just Jade is going to work actually, because we've got all of this Just Jade greenery and it's going to blend in to that. Yeah, I think that's going to blend in too much to the stamping there. I think Misty Moonlight. Yeah, Amber said it depends what colour you use for the sentiment. Yeah, true. Yeah, Tracy likes a Bumblebee as well for fun, yes. And a bit of pop of colour too as well. Although we have the magenta is quite a pop of colour too, isn't it? Yeah, so that one's not going to work. So it's magenta or Bumblebee. I do like the Bumblebee. Let's do that again. Actually, let me do it in the bottom corner, because that's where we've got all the stamped images going off the bottom edge. So this is just a really easy basic design, just basically layer upon layer with a sentiment, but I really wanted to highlight that stamp set and the colouring technique. There, what about that? Yeah, what do you think? That one? Bumblebee? Yeah, we've got a few for Bumblebee. Yeah, I like the Bumblebee. I think the Bumblebee looks nice. And we've got the Bumblebee there in the flowers too. So that could be good. Or Misty Moonlight was the other one we were going to look at too. Let me put it in the bottom corner this time. You might wonder why I just turned my cardstock over. It's the same colour on both sides. You probably can't tell, but I can see the cut edge. When you cut your cardstock, in the paper trimmer, on one side, so the underside, the wrong side, it forms a little bit of a like a not a crease, like it pushes the cardstock over a little bit. You can rectify that with a bone folder, but that's the only reason why I flipped it over, is because I could see it. I'm like, oh, that's annoying me. But it's totally the same color on both sides. All right, let's see. That, yeah, I think I like the Bumblebee. Oh, Tracy likes the, oh, Rose and Tracy both like the Misty Moonlight too. All right, so not the magenta. So Bumblebee or Misty Moonlight? Do we want to add an extra color in? If we add the Bumblebee, then we're adding in an extra color of cardstock, though we do have that in both the DSP and in the stamping anyway. So the color's kind of already there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to adhere these two layers together first, because they keep slipping around everywhere. And if I can hold them in place while we're deciding, that might help. So let me just, do you know what I did last night too? I got out one of my goo remover, what do you call them, swabs, my goo remover swabs, which I buy from the chemist actually. And I cleaned up my Stamp and Seal, and it is running so much better since I did that, because it's not gunking up on itself and sticking to the edge as I'm trying to lay it down. So I do recommend you cleaning your Stamp and Seal from time to time to get it to run really well. All right, there we go. Okay, so they're attached. And I'll show you what I use to do that. I buy these adhesive remover wipes from the chemist. They're Smith & Nephew brand, not that I'm promoting any specific brand, but this is what I found to work really well. You just get them from the chemist. I just was able to get them individually. I think they were like, oh, I can't remember how much they were, 5 or 10 cents or something each. And I also cleaned all of my clear blocks with them last night too. So all of my blocks are beautiful now. I took all of the sticky adhesive off them as well. So they're all nice and clean. Well, the ones I had out, I didn't do my other ones that are stored away. But yeah, so if you want to know how to clean off your Stamp and Seal case and your blocks, then that's what I find works really well. And then, so what I do, it's quite oily. So afterwards I wipe it with a tissue. I wipe the, whatever it is I'm cleaning with a tissue, and then with a baby wipe to take off any of the oily residue. Because you certainly don't want any oily residue on anything, because you don't want to transfer that onto your cardstock. So there you go, a little tip for you today. I like to give everyone tips when I'm crafting. All right, so we need to make a decision. Oh, you want me to zoom in a little bit, Tracy? Sure, I can lower my camera. Let's go down a little bit. I did have it down before, but I felt it was too close, so I zoomed it back out. Well, I can't actually zoom the camera as such, but I can lower my tripod. All right, so let's make a decision. Bumblebee or Misty Moonlight? Which one are we going to go for? That's a lot of color. Then we'll have blue, pink, yellow. What do you think? Blue, pink, yellow? It's the colors we've got in the flowers. Why not? Let's do that. Let's just make it really colorful. We'll do that. All right. So let me see. I've got to do my calculations now, because I need to add 2 millimeters. I think we'll go for 2 millimeters. Yep, yellow. Laura says yellow. Jenny likes the Bumblebee as well. Yep. We've still got a split between Misty Moonlight and Bumblebee, but I think I'm just going to go with Bumblebee and do the sentiment in Misty. Yeah, we could do that. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to calculate a 2 millimeter border. So I'll be adding on a total of 4 millimeters to each side. So that'll be 12.6 by 8.4. Okay, now let me cut that and see if that works out right. Sometimes when I'm doing my measurements on camera, I don't calculate so well because I've got so much going through my head. All right, so we want 8.4. Yep, 8.4, that's right. Hopefully that's right. You can't make up your mind. You think both works, Tracy? Yeah, we'll do the Bumblebee. We'll see how we go with the Bumblebee. 12.6. That's it. 12.6. Okay. Now let's see if I measured that correctly. I hope I did. Let's see, let's see. No, I didn't. What did I do wrong? Ah, I didn't measure that properly. I knew I'd make a mistake on that. I do that every time. 12. Oh, it should have been 12.8. 12.8 and 8.4. All right, I have to cut another one. That's all right. I'll use that one for another project. Never goes to waste. See, I told you I always make mistakes with my measurements when I'm filming. So I need to focus. Can you tell maths isn't my strong point? Which is pretty funny because I used to use maths every day in my day job. All right, 12.8. Let's try that. I think that will work better. 12.8, there we go. And sometimes even when I have the correct measurements, I don't look at the measurements properly on my ruler here, on my trimmer. So sometimes I catch myself up on that one too. All right, let's see if I got it right this time. That's looking better. Yay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so then that's going to go on there. All right, so now we want a sentiment. Now I'm not going to adhere that just yet because I've got ribbon and sentiment still to add. So for the sentiment, I pulled out a whole heap of dies. I've got some new stamp sets. Now, because this Corner Bouquet stamp set doesn't have any sentiments in it, but we have one of the Sale-A-Bration stamp sets. This is one of the free items with a $90 order that you can choose. There's lots of sentiments on here. So I wanted to use something that'll fit in this area here. So something that's sort of, you know, small, squashed in, not a long one like this. So we're in this together. Wishing I could heal your heart. Thank you. I always need thank you cards. So one of those ones would be great. We also have this new stamp set from the mini catalogue called Happy Thoughts, and there's some lovely sentiments in there as well. Just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. That's a really nice one. We've got happy birthday, congratulations, thank you, thinking of you. And then there's some sentiments you can use on the inside as well. Today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, and the great things that you do. Oh, that's lovely. I haven't used this one yet. The little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people. Yeah, they're great for the insides of your cards. So we've got lots of beautiful sentiments, but I really love the font on this one. It's very delicate. So I'm just thinking maybe the thank you would be great. That's a really good size too, I think. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Amber's already put the stickers on for me. Thank you, Amber. Fantastic. I think Amber maybe has used this one. I don't think I have yet though. Let me grab one of my D blocks. My nice clean D blocks, because I cleaned them last night. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that's going to fit beautifully. Look at that. Now, you could stamp that directly onto the cardstock if you wanted to. However, I was thinking about doing a label and then mounting the label up. So let's move that to the side. I've got all of these labels, all of these dies that I pulled out. I've got the painted label dies. I've got the tasteful label dies. I've got the layering squares. I've got the layering circles. I don't think the circles are going to work actually, and I don't think I want to use the squares either. So let's put those ones aside. We've got the stitched nested label dies. So that's those ones. Got my stitched shape dies, which they're a favorite. They're a go-to, those ones. We've got the rectangle stitched framelits, and we've got the Hippo and Friends. Now you might be wondering why I pulled out the Hippo and Friends, because it's, you know, for the Hippo, it coordinates with the Hippo stamp set, but there are some awesome labels in this one as well. And I've probably used the labels more than I've used the Hippo ones that coordinate with the stamp set, to be honest. Oh yeah, Laura just said use the thank you one. Yeah, that's the one I pulled out, Laura. So we're great minds think alike. I think we're on the same wavelength. Okay, so I'm hoping that one of these pretty labels will fit the thank you, because I want to use a pretty label. Let's see. This is another one of my go-tos, is the Tasteful Label dies. I really like these ones. We use these ones a lot. So let's see. I'm just going to see which one this will fit into. It'll fit in that one, but that's pretty big. That's going to be a little bit too big. Yeah, way too big. Way too big. Because the other thing you can do, that one's also way too big. Yep. I've only got a small section there to put our sentiment. Is that one going to fit? No, that one won't fit. And that one I think is also going to be too big. We might need to get out one of our punches instead. But we have got so many awesome dies. Stampin' Up! Just are amazing with their dies. I just love all of the dies that they bring out. No, that one's going to be too big as well. And that one I think is going to be too small. Yep, too small. All right, we might need to go to our punches. Wait, we've got one more die set to check. So tell me, who has a favorite die set and which one is it for labels, when you're doing labels? Let's try this one. Amber said she thinks it would still look good keeping it simple and stamping straight onto the panel. Yeah, well, I might end up doing that because I might not find a die that's going to actually be the correct size anyway. I'm thinking that all of them are going to be a little bit too big because the Whisper White panel that we want to put our label on is only actually quite narrow. So we might end up just stamping directly onto it. But that one would fit. That one would actually fit. I was kind of going to put it more in the corner, but that would go right across the top. Maybe. That's a maybe, that one. And all these other ones I think are, that'll be a bit too big. Yeah, that'll be too big. Okay. Oops. There we go. I do like that one. What about that one? That one would fit too. The stitched. I think I prefer the other one. Okay. All right. Let's put away all the dies. So who's got a favorite die set? Oh, Rose agrees that I should stamp straight onto the cardstock. Yeah, I can. I can certainly do that. Yeah, I think these other ones are all going to be the wrong size as well. This one's going to be too small. And the next one up that would fit it might be a little bit too large. Oh, it's actually too small as well. Okay, so it's either this one or it's just straight onto. What if we do, we could stamp straight onto there. We could go in the middle, we could go over to the side a little bit more, we could even go down a little bit. Oh, wait, I just had an idea. Okay, I had an idea. Let's leave the die there just in case. If I stamp this down a little bit here, I could then wrap some ribbon around the top. Now let's see, I've got this ribbon, or I've got white ribbon. This is the ribbon that is actually from the, no, not Forever Greenery. It's from the Flowers for Every Season suite. and coordinates with this designer series paper and these colours. So I pulled this one out. I actually haven't used this one before. I just opened it today. I've had it for a while. If that would go on there, and then we could stamp our sentiment down here a little bit lower. How would that be? Maybe we could do that. Over to the side, in the middle. Maybe something like that we could do. All right, so we'll leave room for ribbon. We can fiddle with colours of ribbon, but we could stamp this. I think I'm going to do it, I don't know, what do you think? Off to the side or in the middle? I'm so indecisive today. I think I'm just going to do it in the middle, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it in the middle. All right, I'll do it in the middle. I'll do it on, oh, Laura said, what do you have on the back of your stamp so it sticks to the block? Oh, these are the stickers that come with the stamps, Laura. So when you get the red rubber stamps, they come in the set. Actually, let me have a look and see if these other ones. Oh, here we go. The Happy Thoughts isn't mounted up yet, so I can show you. So when you get your cling stamps, which are the red rubber stamps, okay, so they're different to our clear photopolymer ones, but the cling stamps are the red rubber stamps. You get a sheet of stickers which coordinates with the stamps. The stamps come like this on a sheet, the red rubber sheet. On the backing, on the back of them, sorry, they've got protective backing paper. You peel or you take the stamp out. So we'll just pull one out just to show you. You peel that off, and then the coordinating sticker adheres to the back of that stamp. Okay, so the stickers are this, whatever you see the images on the front of your stamp case, that's what's on the stickers. Okay, and they coordinate with your stamps. And then there's instructions on the inside. I've shown before on some of my videos how to put the stickers on, but there is instructions on the inside of your case how to adhere your stickers for your stamp. And so then you can see what you're stamping, which makes it so much easier. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in Bumblebee. Oh, I didn't get my Bumblebee ink out. Let me grab that. Oh, no, sorry, not Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight, because that'll be a nice deep colour. All right. So let's ink this up. Now, I hope I get this right. If not, it's going to have a label. All right, so I've got lots of nice ink on there. Line that up. Just going to stamp it about there in the middle. Beautiful, good. That's stamped well. That actually does look really nice, stamped directly onto the cardstock. So good call, everybody who suggested that. I'll give that a quick clean with my chamois. Let's move that to the side. And actually I didn't clean my my flower stamp yet either. I want to get that ink off. Keep that stamp in good condition. Okay, beautiful. While I'm here, I'm just going to stamp off. I've got scrap paper over to the side, which is off camera, and I like to stamp off my stamps first onto scrap paper before cleaning with my chamois. And because one, it stops your chamois from getting too much excess ink on it, and two, it does help to clean your stamp off. So this is what I meant with this particular stamp, because it's so detailed. I actually pick up my chamois and give it a scrub so that I can get in between all the little nooks and crannies. It's just a little bit noisy. So I'll do the rest of that afterwards. I've got the majority of the ink off that, but I'll do the rest of that afterwards because it is a little bit fiddly and a little bit noisy. Okay, so, oh, I've got blue fingers now. Let me just wipe my fingers clean with a baby wipe. I always have baby wipes close handy, just in case, because I do not want to get that onto my white cardstock. There we go. All right, so I'm going to adhere my white layer to my Bumblebee layer, and then we're going to decide on the embellishing. So just using my seal. Oh, I think it just ran out. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was getting close to the end. All right, I'm going to move to my seal, my Stampin' Seal Plus. This one is super, super strong, so you certainly do not want to be putting this in the wrong spot because you won't be able to lift it back up. Okay, everyone hold their breath while I place this down. Let's hope I get it straight. Pretty good. All right, awesome. Okay, you can all breathe now. Yes, this floral is so pretty, Judy. Oh, you don't like to cover it up? Well, I'm not covering all of it up. We will be able to see some of it, but you don't have to cover it up. You could just put a lovely sentiment on there, a bit of ribbon, and it would be beautiful. All right, so that is how my layers are going to look. I'm going to embellish this one now. So I was thinking of this ribbon. But I do, so this ribbon, let me just show you this ribbon. Let me get the name of it too. I had it out earlier. I looked it up in my catalogue especially, and then I didn't write it down, did I? Where are we? Ribbons, ribbons, ribbons. Here we are, ribbons. So this ribbon, so in this ribbon pack, you actually get the 3 rolls, and it's called Flowers for Every Season Combo Pack. Whoops, and this one wants to roll off its roll. So you get the 3 ribbons, you get the gingham, you get the, which is in the Just Jade, you get the Whisper White, and then you've got the Misty Moonlight, which has got like a silver, sorry, I'm off camera. My camera is very far over to the left-hand side today, and I keep forgetting to move everything over that way. So it's like baker's twine, and it's got the Misty Moonlight wrapped. I actually haven't even opened it. It's got the Misty Moonlight wrapped around it with also some silver thread. It's really pretty, actually. I might even just end up using that today. Let's see. So here's the thread. So it's like, yeah, it's like the blue and the white are kind of side by side almost, with the silver wrapped around them. Yeah, really pretty. Really beautiful. So they come together in a 3-pack. It's $17.50 for the 3-pack. So, and there's different lengths on the different spools because of the different widths of them. So, but you can find that on page 161 in your annual catalogue, which is the big one. So we've got some choices there, but I thought they coordinated beautifully with the colours that we were using today. So that is why I chose that ribbon. So let's bring this one back in. This is the one I was thinking I would use. How would that look? I think that would look really nice, actually. What do you think? If I put that around and then did a bow on the front, or we could just do a knot bow. I like doing a knot bow because then I don't have to try and tie a bow. Because, you know, tying bows on camera can be challenging. So if we had that and that, that would be pretty. Could do that. I might just cut a strip of that. Oops. Let's just measure that roughly about there. All right. Oh, too much, Jenny. You think it's too much colour? Adding in an extra colour? Too much, too much? I'm going to adhere this one down to the base because I'm not going to do anything else with that one now. I could just go with the white or just with the baker's twine. And I've also got my whole box of ribbons beside me, so I can pick any other ribbon as well if you don't think those ones are appropriate. All right, let's see. Let's just pop that down. We've got a 3mm border on this layer. Oh, well, to the base, that is. Okay, there we go. So you think that's too much? I'll try the knot bow because I can easily untie it, and then we can see. And in fact, I'll probably tie it over to the side. Oh, it's running away from me. Try something else? Okay, I can do. So that's obviously, that wouldn't be that big. I'd have to make that smaller. but that will be kind of that colour. It's a bit busy, isn't it? Very busy. Okay. Then we've just got, maybe we should just go with the baker's twine. Just wrap that a couple of times because that would coordinate beautifully with the sentiment as well. If we wrap that round and did a bow on the front, that would be nice. If we had that and then had a bow of that on the front. What does that look like? About that. Or just two, maybe two strands. And then we could just tie a bow on the front there because it's a bit softer as well. We don't really want to take away from the flowers because we want the flowers to be the focal part of the card. So yeah, Jenny likes that. Laura likes that too. Oh, Judy wants that floral. Okay. Judy, the floral is Flowers for Every Season. It's a Flowers for Every Season paper pack. It's 48 sheets of 6x6. And the code, if you want the code, grab a pen, I'll give you the code. The code is 152486. They're beautiful patterned floral papers. Yeah, so that looks quite good. But we've got the white as well. Yep, Kathleen says that's better. Rose likes the blue trim as well. And Kathleen said try something else. Okay. The white, don't know if we're going to see much of the white if we do white. Let's see. I'll tie that one. But I do have other ribbons as well. I've got a lot of ribbons. The white just might be a little bit of nothing because we're going white on white. So it might not. But then that could be good too because then it could be subtle and not take away from our beautiful stamped image. But I'd probably just do a knot bow with this one because if I do a proper bow, it's going to be too big. And that's not even a proper knot bow. I just did that quickly just to have a look to see what that will look like. It's actually going to be hard to do anything heavy or thick because I've got the thank you quite close to the top and I think it's going to actually cover it up. So maybe we need to do something smaller. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, you might have already bought this one, Judy, this designer series paper, I think actually. Oh, you missed the code. 152486. Oh, can I message you with it? Yeah, I can message you with it later. I have a feeling you may have bought that actually. I can check for you. Just remind me when I finish to check for you. All right. Oh, what about this? Well, we've got the in color ribbons, which actually coordinate. What about this one? We've got the Misty Moonlight ribbon. And this is actually a really good thickness. Oh, we might be onto something now. Look at that. How about that color? Oh, thanks, Amber. There you go, Judy. Amber's just put it up for you. Thank you, Amber. There we go. What about that? I forgot that we've got the in-color ribbons. We've got the in-color ribbons that coordinate. We've got in-color everything. There's the pink. I don't know about the pink. I think the blue looks good because I think the blue ties in with this, with the sentiment. What do you think? I think that one. Oh, too heavy. Amber said too heavy for the blue. Too heavy? We've got the Bumblebee. So many choices, everybody. The Bumblebee I don't think will work because we've got a Bumblebee layer. Oh, it's going on to a Bumblebee layer, so I'm not sure if that will work. We've got the Just Jade. What about the Just Jade? The Just Jade actually ties in beautifully with the floral images. That could go. Okay, blue twine. Amber likes twine. So we've got green, blue. I don't think the pink and I don't think the yellow work. So I'll put those ones back. We've got twine. I think the twine is a good thickness as well. It's, yeah, I don't know. Twine with silver. Yeah, we've got 2 for the twine. I did like the twine. I liked the twine. And it's nice and light, so when I tie the bow, it's not going to cover the sentiment too. So maybe that's a good way to go. Oh, baker's, oh, I've got a couple for baker's twine. Oh, I've got a few. A few for baker's twine. Okay. All right. Let's go the baker's twine. I haven't used this one yet anyway, so I'd like to have a go with this one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So we'll wrap it around a couple of times. Let's go one more and we'll tie that off. Oops, I thought I had that tied then. I didn't have. There we go. So tie that off on that side. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's actually quite thick baker's twine. I might only just do 2. So indecisive today. Oh my goodness, everybody. I am just so indecisive. That's 2. Yeah, I think I like 2 better. This baker's twine is actually fairly thick compared to just the ordinary white baker's twine. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, I just need to tie that a little bit tighter because I dropped it. So bow tying. How is everybody with their bow tying? Tying bows can be quite challenging, can't it? It's good when you've got somebody else there and you can get them to hold the knot while you tie it. Amber often is my my holder of my bows. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks better. Okay. Tie that end off. All right, we'll trim those ends up. And we'll move that up a bit. Yeah, that looks good. I'll just make that a bit smaller. Trim those ends down a bit. There we go. And you know what I'm going to do? Like I do with all of my twine, I'm going to separate the ends just for a little bit of added interest and a bit of texture on the card. There we go. And now that does hang over the thank you a little bit, but it's okay because it's only light and you can still see it, and I can even maneuver it up a little bit as well if I wanted to. All right, so I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals now. So we give that card a little bit of a pop, a little bit of a lift. And then, oh, you like it, Laura. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to put, I always put glue dots. So I'm going to pop a little glue dot underneath that bow, but I'm just going to pop it. That's a really good idea, Judy. I always put glue dots behind my, oh, I might get minis for that one. My bows to hold them in place. But I'm going to just pop it down first on dimensionals. So I'm just going to use mini dimensionals at the top so that I can fit them in there underneath that twine, and then I'll use the large ones everywhere else. They're actually the same thickness, so it doesn't matter which ones you use, but they're just a better fit for above that trim there. Lots of dimensionals. We don't want saggy tummies or saggy middles of our piece, of our panel there. Like to use lots. Whoops, I missed that one. Alrighty. So I think every card that I have, every card that I make has dimensionals. So we go through quite a few of them. All right, so we'll just pop that down now in the center, and we can still see that beautiful pop of color of that beautiful designer series paper. There we go. All right, so I'll get my ribbon, I might just move that up a little bit. Get my ribbon positioned where I want it, and then I can pop that glue dot down. There we go. Beautiful. All right, glue dots. Love my mini glue dots too. Actually, all of the Stampin' Up! Adhesives are fantastic. I use all of them for different things. All right, so I'll just roll this into a long bit this time because I'm going to pop it right behind that twine and the bow. Hold everything in place right where I want it. There we go. Bring our little ends down. Come down there, you. There we go. Beautiful. There, and those ends are going to sort of splay out a little bit to the sides anyway. Great. Now we just need some bling on there. Now I grabbed out the Flowers for Every Season gems, which coordinate with the designer series paper. They're from the same suite. And I've been using these little clear ones out of here just recently. Well, let me just put the cap on the end of my piercing tool, otherwise I'm going to prick my finger. Yeah, so I really like these little ones, and I like to just pick them up with my Take Your Pick tool. Whoops. They're clear, but they give a nice pop on the card. And so to adhere them, I just use the fine tip glue pen. So I'm going to bring out a couple of those. The green ones aren't really the right... Oh, let's have a look. I haven't used any of the green ones yet. There's little like sequiny type ones, but they're actually solid. But yeah, I think I'm just going to use the green one, the clear one, sorry. And then there's, oh no, that's the same. Well, I think there's, just having a look to see. Yep, so there's the sequiny type ones, and then there's the clear ones, but I think I'm just going to use the clear ones. Whoops. And I'll just pull out a couple of those if I can get them to stick. I'll put the green ones back away. I think the green ones are a bit too heavy for this. So I'll pull out a few of these, we'll position them and see where we like them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. Or, oh my goodness. Oh, thankfully that was only a few. That wasn't the whole packet. In fact, there's some different sized ones as well. Look, this isn't where I'm going to put them, by the way. This is just so I can see where they are. So we'll pull those out. There we go. All right, I'll put these ones back in the container that I just spilled. And how about I put the lid on so I don't, whoop, there goes another one. So I don't lose any more. Alrighty. So let's get my Take Your Pick tool back and work out where we want to have these. I'll probably put one up there. Move them off now. One up there, maybe a smaller one with that one. I always like to have a couple together, and then we can put some down here. Just do sort of like a little scatter of them. Maybe one up here somewhere. They look like raindrops, these ones, don't they? They're really beautiful. You could put them in the centers of the flowers if you wanted to, but I think I'm actually just going to put them on that white space to fill up some of that white space. There, I think 5 like that would be great. Good. All right, those 3 can go back away. All right. So, it looks like one to my left. Oh, a bead, a gem. Thanks, Judy. Yeah, I think I've got them. Oh, to the left? No, that one there? That's a mark on the tabletop, on the desktop in the wood grain. It does look a little bit like one from a distance, doesn't it? All right, so I'm just going to pop my glue down. Now, when you're using the fine tip glue, you only need a very, very small amount. And in fact, I probably did a bit too much then because it did ooze a little bit. But it goes a long way, and you just press ever so gently. And the other thing is, as soon as you finish using it, you have to cap it straight away because it does dry. Whoops, I got a bubble. It does dry really quickly. And if it dries when it's still in the tip, in the fine tip, then it will actually completely what's the word, block up the tip, and you won't be able to use it anymore. So you need to just put that tip back on as soon as you finish with it. I really should have had my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? There they are. Would have made life a little bit easier. Alrighty. So there we go. Okay. So we'll straight away clean, or actually that's oozed a little bit at the top there. Let me just clean that off. Yep. And then to get that, because the needle point is so fine and it's hard to see it from even me with my glasses, I like to hold it against my finger so that I can guide the tip of that, the needle that goes into the tip of the glue. I like to guide it in with my finger like that, and then it makes it much easier to get that in. So did you see that? Do you want me to show you that again? I'll hold it up a bit closer to the camera. So you put the tip of the glue against your finger, and then you can guide in the fine tip needle point really easily. And I like to give it a little jiggle first, just to make sure that I've cleared the tip of any glue that might be sitting in there. And then there we go. So there we go. I have a little bit of excess glue around some of these, which I'm just going to clean up with my tweezers so that we don't have that ooze effect. Because who wants oozy glue? We don't want oozy glue. Okay, that one's already sticking, so that's good. All right, so they're really beautiful, those gems. They just look like rain droplets. I really like that. Okay, so that's our finished card. Now, how are we going for time? Oh, we have already been going for quite some time. I was hoping to get 2 cards done today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. How's everyone feeling about it? My thought was to do another really simple one, but this time to just use, rather than coloring the stamp set, I was just going to do a gold embossed image. So to make it like much quicker and easier. So I could go ahead and quickly do that. I can use the same, we were going to stamp onto this paper, weren't we? Let's do a really quick one. I'm going to use the ombre paper. Let's see I'll show you the colors that we have. That one, and that one. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we've got Rococo Rose and Granny Apple Green, and then on the other side is Bermuda Bay and Blackberry Bliss. And there's 2 designs. So they're the spotty designs. And then we've got the plain ombre one. There's that one. And where's the other one? It's hiding from me. I'm trying to find it in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Is that the other one? No, that's the same one. Oh my goodness, all this paper. We might have actually, you know what? I might have used the other green ombre paper for a class. I think I did, actually. That's why there's no other, the green ombre one is not here. Yes. Oh, I've only got lots of pinks and purples left. Or I've got, well, hang on a minute. Yes, so I've only got those 2 colours left in the actual ombre, the plain ombre. The rest have the spots because I used the other for a class. So there we go. So these were the 2 colours that I was choosing from to stamp onto. So we could just do something really quick and easy on that one. And just do a little bit of plain stamping, or we could emboss in gold. Wonder how that would look in gold. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? And we can just do a really, really simple basic design with this one to make it really quick. So if I grab, you know what? I'm just going to do a base of Whisper White, which in my cardstock here right beside me. I think I have a piece. No, I don't. All right, let me grab a Whisper White piece. So I'm using Whisper White, but as I said before, Whisper White has now been, I'll pop that one to the side. Whisper White has now been replaced by Basic White. So when you order your white cardstock, it'll be Basic White. So this is the thick. So I'm just going to cut this in half at 14.85. And then I'm going to score that at 10.5. There we go. Okay, so you'll notice that in case you missed that, because I did that really quickly, on our Stampin' Up! Trimmer, we've got two blades. So the one that's the dark one, that is the cutting blade. The light one is the scoring blade. So I always keep the scoring blade at the top, and because the cutting blade is the one I use the most. All right, so let's just burnish the folded edge with our bone folder. Now I know I've been going quite a bit. Oh, Amber's saying the green ombre is on the back of the purple. Oh, did I overlook it? Oh, on the back of the purple. Purple, purple. Ah, there it is. Thank you, Amber. I did overlook it. I was trying to look too quickly. There it is. So we do have the purple one, which is the Blackberry Bliss, and the Granny Apple Green. So, and those two actually go really well together. They go beautifully together, those two colours. And those two colours go really well together, the Rococo Rose and the Blackberry Bliss. So there you go. Thanks, Amber. See, I'm losing the plot today. All right. So what were we doing? We were doing this colour here. We're stamping on this one. So we can just, let's just do some simple stamping. We can use, we can just use our ombre paper. Now you can choose which way you want the ombre to go. It's nice to have it going dark to light, or you can have it going light to dark. It's totally up to you. I like to have the light color at the top. We can just do one simple layer. Let's just do a really simple stamping card, and we'll just have a little play with this this stamp set. All right, so I'm going to do this time a what will I do? I'll do a 2mm. Oh yeah, I'll do a 2mm border. So I'm going to cut this one at 10.1 centimeters. Again, with my lighter color at the top. And then I'm going to cut it at 14.45. So 14.45. Then I'll have a nice 2mm border. I'll cut that off from the dark color at the end. Now you might notice when I trim my cardstock, I often get this small little piece at the end. I always keep them because I use them to decorate the inside of my cards. I never throw them away. So when I did cut down the designer series paper from the other card that we did before, I did have an offcut of that beautiful designer series paper, but I'm going to use that for the inside of the card. I haven't done the inside of the card yet because, you know, that just takes additional time. So I usually do them after I finish filming, but I will add a strip of that beautiful designer series paper. All right, so let's do some stamping on here. I'll bring in my scrap, actually. I'll bring in my other scrap, the one I had earlier, the one I prepared earlier. And we're just going to stamp this onto the side there. I'm going to use my Memento ink. So it's Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And we're just going to stamp that into the corner. So this is a really big stamp. So just going to make sure that you take the ink pad to your stamp when you have a really large stamp like this, and just make sure you get really good coverage, including in the middle, which I'm just looking at. There's a little section in there that's not picking up ink. There we go. Got it. And just move your ink pad all around so that you don't get any defined lines. All right, so then we can stamp this in the corner. Now the other thing is too, oh that's right, that was the other one I was going to do. I was going to show you a different way of using this stamp. Okay, so you can stamp it into the corner and put it on there like that. And then we could add some ribbon and a beautiful sentiment, and I just put ink on that with my fingers, which means I will now need a sentiment or something. I can put bling there to cover that up. We could do a sentiment over here and then do some ribbon. Like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to do anything too fussy. You can just do a simple card. The paper is beautiful. That stamp is beautiful. Let's make a label for on there. Oops. Let's just do a quick label for on there. Well, you don't even have to. We could just stamp it directly. Let's stamp it directly onto there. Let's just do simple stamping, no fussy cutting, no die cutting. We'll use the same sentiment that we used before. We'll do the thank you. And I'm going to put some bling on there just to cover up that little splodge. I'm going to put my thank you over to the side this time and further up to the top. There we go. Okay. Then you can pop that onto there. You can add some ribbon. Now this time we could add white ribbon. That one's going to be too thick. Oh, wait. I know. Let's use this one. Let's use the polka dot tulle. And I can run a piece of polka dot tulle along the bottom there. What's happened to my tulle? I've pulled that. I've tied a bow at some point and then undone it. It's made it go skinny. There we go. So we could tie that along there. We could tie that along this edge. Let's do it along the edge there. Yeah, I just want to show you that you don't have to do all that fussy, you know, fiddly thing. You can just do something really quick and simple and still make a beautiful card. So especially great when you're in a hurry. Great too if you don't have a lot of supplies and you just want a few things. This is great as well. To just get a couple of things and then you can, you know, just do lots of different things with it rather than needing, you know, too many supplies, because sometimes not everybody, you know, can have lots and lots of product. So it's good to just see what you can do with just a few products. All right, so then let's just tie a knot. I'm going to tie it up here. I really love this tulle ribbon. It's beautiful, polka dot tulle. There we go. All right, so then we can trim that down to the length that we would like it. This one doesn't need to be too long. Let's go there. There we go. Yep, so we can move that over even a little bit more to the very edge so that we can still see our beautiful flowers. Can adhere that down and then we can pop some bling on and then done. Now, because I've got that tulle on, this time what I'm going to do is use my tear and tape, because I want to make sure that I hold that tulle down in place as well. So let's just use a little bit of this across the top. We'll go right across that tulle right to the edge, and I'll just get my tape scissors, of which I have a couple of pairs. There we go. I need to move that in just a tad so that we can catch that on the, yeah. Now this is a little bit bumpy at the moment because I've got that knot tied on the front, so I'm just very carefully laying this tape down because I want to make sure that I get that tape right on the edge of the cardstock so that it's not just adhered just to the ribbon itself. I want that tape to be on the cardstock. Oh, thanks, Laura. Yeah, see, it didn't take much, did it, just to make a beautiful card? All I needed was that designer series paper, the stamp set, and the tulle ribbon, and you've got a beautiful card without too much, you know, too much effort, very little products. So you don't need to be really fussy with your designs. And all I did was I just trimmed down that designer series paper. It was one, you know, one lot of measurements. Didn't have to sorry, I'm just trying to line this up. Didn't have to do a lot of fussy measuring or anything like that. I mean, you could add to this, you could step it up, and you could add a label, do your sentiment on a label. You could, you know, there's lots of things you could do. You could emboss this in gold, which was what I was going to do, but then I decided, no, let's just do a simple card. There we go, and I'll just take that last little bit of tape off the bottom there. Yeah, it would look beautiful embossed in gold on the ombre paper. Oh, hang on a minute, that stuck to my finger. There we go, got it. There we go, I'm just making sure I've got that adhered well down the edge there. There we go, great. Pop those bits in the bin. This one keeps moving everywhere. There we go, beautiful. And then let's just grab out now our basic rhinestones, because the basic rhinestones are actually, the rhinestone basic jewels, they are my most used sentiment. I use them on everything. They're so versatile. You get so many in the packet, and they are really affordable. So it's always great to have a stock of these. And let's just pop some of these down, and then our card will be done. So I'm going to pop one over that smudgy ink. See, nobody will even know now that that was a boo-boo. One up there. Pop another one down there again near that one. Let's put a couple more down here. Where will we go? Let's go, ooh, where are we going to put these ones? Here and perhaps here. Oops, not in line. Not in line. How about down there? There we go. So there you go. There's just a really quick card. Now the other thing I just wanted to show you, I'm not going to make it, but I will just show you with this stamp set. So so there you go, a really lovely, quick, easy card. I made that in what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes? Well, maybe more than 5 minutes. Really quick and easy. It's beautiful. That ombre paper is gorgeous. The stamp sets are lovely. Bit of bling, bit of ribbon, and it just dresses it up. And there you've got two very different cards using this same stamp sets, different papers, different ribbon. But yeah, nice and quick and easy. One thing I just wanted to show you with this stamp set. So I've got a scrap piece of paper here. Let me just, wait, let me grab a scrap. I just want to show you one more thing to do with this stamp set, but I'm not going to make the full card up. I'll just use this piece of paper here. But what I wanted to show you is you don't have to necessarily stamp that stamp into the corner of a card, okay? So each of those cards I made, I stamped it into a corner, but you don't have to. You can actually use this as a floral bloom coming up from the bottom of your card, coming from the side of your card. I'll just ink this up well, and I'll show you. Just making sure I'm getting lots of ink on there. Okay, that looks good. So what you can do is you can turn the stamp this way, okay? Take that peaked corner of the stamp off the edge of your cardstock and actually have the flowers coming up like a bloom of flowers. So you can tip it at any angle. In fact, let me do it over to the side a bit just to show you what I mean. See? And then you've got a beautiful floral bloom coming up, and you can't even tell that it's a corner stamp. So yes, you can use it in the corner, like so, but you can also have it coming up from the bottom of your card, or you might like to have a splay of flowers coming from the side of your card. Yeah, from the top of your card coming down. So you can use it in that way as well. So you don't have to just have it stamped into the corner. And actually I was meaning to do a card in that orientation, but I took so much time doing the first one that I just wanted to do a really quick one for the second one. But yeah, that would look really nice on the ombre paper as well, having it like that. And in fact, I might do some more. I might go ahead now once I've finished filming and make some more, and then I can pop them up on my blog and on my Facebook page, so that you can all have a look to see what else I made with it. So there you go. So a few different ideas there. Don't forget, you've also got that little mini flower in that stamp set as well. So you can always stamp, if you like a bit of fussy cutting, you can also stamp some of those little flowers, even in different colors, cut them out. If you'd like to, you can overlay them on the floral bloom, pop them up on some dimensionals. They would look beautiful. Same with this little one here, this small bloom that's just a bit smaller. You could use it in the same way. Yeah, lots of different ideas that you can do. So there you go. So there's our cards for today. That one and that one, and then we've got Fee's one that she did as well, and then we've got the sample as well of the just stamping it off the bottom of your card as well. So I will do more with that. So there you go. So remember that if you like that stamp set, it's only available while Sale-A-Bration is on till the 28th of February. It's the Corner Bouquet stamp set, available from Sale-A-Bration with an order of $90, and the Heal Your Heart stamp set, that was from the mini catalogue. So look for that in the mini catalogue. Look for this one in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. The designer series paper and the ribbons all came from the annual catalogue. So there you go. And the paper that Fee has used is the, I want to say World of Good. Is that the one? The World of Good designer series paper. So if you like that look too, like that would make a really great masculine card as well. And that paper is beautiful, and it's got that beautiful copper foiling through it. That's also in the annual catalogue as well. So there you go. So you've got a few ideas there. All right, let me tip up the camera to say goodbye to you all. And then I'll let you get on to your day. I'm guessing it's just about dinner time now too for most of you, or for a lot of you. All right, so bear with me while I just organize my camera here. Okay, I'll tighten all these clamps back up so that we don't have the camera falling into space. That wouldn't be very good, would it? Okay, there we go. Tilt that down. Oh, getting a little frog now. Well, that was good timing. Good time to end. All right. So there's my two cards. I hope you really liked those. So a little bit of technique on this one. This one, wasn't it? Yeah, a little bit of technique on that one with the direct marker to stamp technique. And this one just showing you how you can just whip up a really quick and easy, beautiful card in no time at all with just minimal amount of supplies as well. So I hope you really liked those, and I hope I've given you some more ideas of how to use that stamp set with plain stamping, a little bit more fussy stamping if you like a bit of technique. So see how you go. I'd love to see what you make. If you do get that stamp set and you do create with it, I would love to see what you make. So yeah, feel free to send me the photos. That would be awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all your input too. I love it when you help me to put together my cards and give me ideas. Yeah, I really love that. It makes it so much more fun. I'm just catching up on a few comments before I sign off. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Would not have thought to do that. Oh, which one, Laura? Just with it, was it this one? with the ink mistake I made, just covering it up with bling. Was that what you meant? That's a good cover up. You can always cover up any mistakes with bling. Oh, you love the second one, Rose. This one, the really quick, easy. That's really simple stamping. Like, it's so quick and easy to put together. Looks beautiful. That ombre paper is just gorgeous. And remember that any of our lighter color designer series papers you can stamp on. So we've also got the one with all the wood look in it. That's a great one to stamp on too, all those different woods. It's my favorite designer series paper, and can I think of the name of it? No, of course not. Too many things in my head. Here we go. Let me look it up for you. In Good Taste. In Good Taste is our designer series paper. You've got lots of light textures in that one that would be great to stamp directly onto, and then you have that textured background. So you've got light wood, fabric look, you've got light tile designs. They're all great to stamp onto as well. This one's quite busy, so probably not this one. Even in the one that I was using for the first card, there are some lighter colors or more solid color on the reverse side of some of those designer series papers. They're also great to stamp directly onto. Even, hang on, I'm just pulling one out to show you. Some of these are a bit dark. Like there's a cinnamon cider. Like I've cut that already, but cinnamon cider you could stamp in black or maybe in early espresso, one of the dark browns, or basic grey, directly onto that one. Even this one, which, sorry, this is another chopped up piece, but even this beautiful one with the beautiful roses in the Bumblebee, that would be beautiful to stamp on as well. Even if you wanted to just use the designer series paper with a bit of ribbon, bit of bling, and then just stamp your sentiment as well. So lots and lots of different options and opportunities to create. So great. Oh, turning the stamp on the side like that, Laura. That's what you're referring to. Yeah, I've seen quite a few cards made like that. It's really great. It was a really great idea. And perhaps if I hadn't have seen it done too, I might not have thought of it either. But yeah, you would never know that it's designed as a corner stamp. So there's so many things that you can do. Yeah, just got to think outside the box sometimes, don't we? And sometimes I'm not so good at doing that. I need to see it. I'm very visual. Thanks everyone. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for joining me. I'll let you go. No doubt you want to start preparing your dinner and things like that. We don't eat till late, so we don't prepare dinner for a while yet. So I might keep playing for a little while longer, and then I can eat later. So have a great week, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. It's great to have you along with me. Remember, if you have any questions about becoming part of my team and getting that great offer and all of that free designer series paper, it's only $169 for your starter kit, and you can put whatever you like. It's customizable, so you can put whatever you like into that starter kit. You don't have to sell. You can simply purchase the products for yourself. Stay as long as you want, leave whenever you want. There's no lock-in contract or anything like that. Totally up to you. But if you would like more information about that, please let me know. And if you know you're going to be putting in a big order, please consider that, because you will save yourself so much money, and then you'll get that awesome discount, 20 to 25% discount on all your future purchases. So what can be better than that? Hey, we all love a discount, and especially on our craft supplies, right? Any other questions that you have about any of the products I've used today, feel free to send me a message. I'd be very happy to help you. So until next week, everyone, as I always say, happy crafting. Bye.